I'm giving. After graduating from the program, I continued to apply myself and began a journey into leadership at HEB, where I coach and mentor over 60 partners, challenge myself personally, and put all the skills I've learned over the course of the past few years to test. I have the distinct pleasure of being your moderator for today's panel. And on the behalf of myself and the panelists, we kindly ask you to mute your audio, as there will be time later on in the panel to ask questions. So at this time, I will have each panelist introduce themselves. Daand.
Good afternoon. My name is Bounyalak, and I'm a second-year AMT student at St. Philip's, working for TTTX. And my personal safety commitment is to wear proper gloves while handling hot parts.
Ava.
Good afternoon. My name is Rivera. I'm an AMT in the assembly department at TMMTX. And my personal safety commitment is I will value and follow the steps of all safety guidelines in order to keep myself and others safe.
Gabriel.
Good afternoon. My name is Gabriel Gonzalez. I'm an AMT at St. Philip's. I work at the HEB bakery plant. My personal safety commitment is to use proper lifting techniques when lifting heavy objects.
Excellent. And Johnny.
Good afternoon. My name is Johnny Paredes. I'm a second-year AMT in the assembly department at TMMTX. My personal safety commitment is to verify for zero energy when locking out to prevent accidents in the work area and keep team members safe.
Awesome. And one thing I didn't mention was my personal safety commitment. I still remember it, and it's always to walk and point in the direction that I'm going into, any intersections or anything. It's important. We work in a crazy manufacturing environment. You never know what's around the corner, so you always want to make sure you make eye contact and point in the direction you're going in. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start asking you all some questions, and I'll begin with you, Daand. Just want to make sure that get these here. Okay, so Daand, what interests you in the field of advanced manufacturing?
Well, honestly, I had no idea what advanced manufacturing was, of course, but when I started at Toyotetsu, I started on the floor. So I worked my way up as a team leader. And then, let's see, and that's when I had to deal with machine maintenance. So the moment I had them, well, basically call them on the radio to come fix the robots, I saw that they were troubleshooting the robot and brought it up. So I was like, hey, that's something I'd like to do. And that's what interested me.
Excellent. Excellent. What about you, Gabriel? What interests you in the field of manufacturing?
What interested me was the hands-on training, getting to work with my hands, problem solving, being able to come up to a call, being able to troubleshoot and brainstorm and find the problem. Also working in a team environment with the maintenance guys goes a long way. Those guys are very helpful. If we can't come up with something, we work together and we try to find the right solution.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to jump over to Ava. So was there something or someone in your background, maybe or development, that influenced the career path that you've taken?
So I joined the Alamo Academies program, and I feel like that really influenced my path, and it kind of introduced me of what the field was like and everything like that. So I feel like that program itself opened the doors for me to take an internship with Toyota during the summer.
Excellent, excellent. What about you, Johnny? Was there something or someone in your background that influenced the career path?
Yes, in high school, most of the group of friends that I would hang out with were more STEM geared. Because of them, it influenced me to join robotics and electrothons and other like STEM field clubs and things like that. And that's kind of what pushed me towards choosing this career field.
Okay, and all of you are already current students in the program, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna move over to the next question. So Gabriel, it's the same one. So was there something or someone in your background that influenced the career path you've taken?
No, there wasn't really anybody. I really didn't have any experience. This opportunity just came up to me with the Toyotetsu fame because I was a prior HEB partner. I saw the posting, I applied. So there really wasn't anybody that influenced me. I guess for just for myself, you know, being able to attain these skills was really something that would benefit myself, which is why I went ahead and went forward with it. And it was the best decision I ever made.
That's excellent. So I'm also employed with HEB, right? Went through the program. I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, and it was something that I never second guessed. You know, it gave me a brighter future. I went through it, 2 years went by, graduated, and you know, my opportunities have just gotten brighter and brighter. And I see a bright future with every single one of you. And I'm really looking forward to see what's next in your growth and your development. So let's go to our next question. So Dan, what is it about your field that interests you, and how did you get into this field, and what makes you want to stay? Can you unmute yourself, Dan?
Sorry.
Let's give you the trouble.
Like I said before, I mean, watching them troubleshoot things, solve things, that was interesting. So I just, the moment HR rolled out the Texas Fame thing, I mean, I asked a couple of the guys that were already enrolled in it, and they said it was a good program. So I decided to hop on, and it was honestly awesome. And I feel like the reason I'd like to stay is there's definitely like a lot of room for advancement, especially with this company I'm with right now. Like there's always promotions, and you know, that's definitely like a booming field for me.
It's a very in-demand position, isn't it?
Yes.
I know that at HEB they come and they go. You know, someone's always pulling our talent, and we're always bringing new talent in. And it's interesting to see very young futures like yourselves getting into this field because there's some serious money to make. Alrighty, so what about Ava? What is it about your field that interests you, and how did you get in this field, and what makes you want to stay?
So I really liked the troubleshooting aspect, as everybody else has said, but I liked how wide the field was. I mean, they have electrical, mechanical, you do PLC, you do fabrication. So I really liked how it had really a little bit of everything. What makes me want to stay is that there's a lot of room to grow. I feel like I'm constantly learning. I feel like it's not something that I'm going to get bored of, just because there's always continuous improvement to do. So, yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. All righty, Gabriel, what is it about the field that interests you? How did you get into this field, and what makes you want to stay?
What interests me was, like I say, working with my hands. From a young age, I always wondered how things worked. You know, I always took things apart, put them back together, stuff like that. In this field, it's a growing field. It's an innovating field. You see every day there's innovations in technology, and as long as that's advancing, they're going to need technicians like us to, you know, go ahead and maintain the machines, you know, operate them, troubleshoot. So there's always going to be work for workers like us. And in the manufacturing field, it's just an umbrella of stuff. You know, there's jobs, opportunities everywhere. So it's very good program to be in. So I like that.
Okay, good. A lot of opportunity. All righty, Johnny, what is it about your field that interests you? How did you get into this field, and what makes you want to stay? Oh, can you unmute Johnny? My apologies. There we go.
Sorry. What interests me the most is the hands-on skills. How Eva said, there's a little bit of everything. How we write logic, read logic, we weld, fabricate many different things. There's just a lot of variety in the jobs that are available to us. And I like how it just keeps expanding. There's always something to learn. And that's pretty much what's keeping me interested. It just keeps expanding. So there's always more opportunities.
That's good. And the field of technology is limitless, right? Right before you know it, you get used to something, and then they roll out a new robot, a new piece of technology, and you got to learn all over again, right?
Right.
All righty. So I'm gonna stay with you, Johnny. So how would you suggest we help girls build self-esteem and self-confidence to STEM and technical careers?
I can't specifically talk for girls, but I know for the people I have talked to, I asked them this question, and they said that pretty much gaining experience is kind of what helped them build their self-esteem and self-confidence. For instance, like you may never know exactly how the job will go, but if you kind of, with every little bit of experience you get, like maybe just learning how to use tools or the skills you're learning, um, just studying and building up how much you actually do know, like whenever it is time to apply them, they're more confident in what they're doing.
That's good. Confidence builds character, and once you have both, you're very, very valuable. That's excellent advice. Eva, let me ask you the same question. How would you suggest we help girls build self-esteem and self-confidence to STEM or technical careers?
So I think programs like with Alamo Academies and Texas Fame are really great programs because they outreach to everyone, and they definitely advocate for girls to join and just try it out. So I think it's really helpful that they bring other girls from the program and they have them talk about it and say what they liked about it, how they felt about it. So I think when girls see other girls doing it, they feel more comfortable with it. They don't think that, oh, it's not just only guys, there's actually a lot of girls in the field. So I think doing things like this with Texas Fame and stuff like that really, gives the opportunities for girls to want to join.
That's good. Excellent advice. And I got a personal question. How's welding? Have you started yet?
Yes, yeah, we've welded quite a bit. Our first year of AMTs, we did a lot of fabrication, and it was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Some intense training you're going through, and I'm definitely impressed, and I'm so proud that we are getting a lot more girls into this program. And I'm happy to have you as part of the AMT class. You're setting the standard, and you're setting it high, and continue down the same path, the same growth, and the opportunities are just going to present themselves before you know it.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so Daand, I'm going to ask you the same question. How would you suggest we help girls build self-esteem and self-confidence to STEM or technical careers?
I would definitely, well, from my experience, like, it's definitely like getting out of my comfort zone. So I just I mean, especially being the first girl at TTTX to like dodge into this, like, it was like, should I do it or not? Like, but I mean, I was the first one, and now like girls come up to me like, hey, like, how is it? How's it going? So it felt great to like actually like be the first one to like lead by like, hey, like, this is not only a guy's job. So, and then on top of that, like, of course, your first day, you're going into like the floor, you're not going to know anything. So I feel like the more experience you get, you just, after that, like, you'll basically like feel better about it, like with all the knowledge they're like giving you at school and at work. So it's a good opportunity for girls as well.
That's great. Continue to challenge the norm, and you're going to stand out, and that's what creates staples in companies, and that's what retains talent. And you got my full support with whatever it is. Just keep going, keep pushing, and strive to be the best. That's excellent. Alrighty, so Gabriel, I'm going to ask you the next question. What degree of importance would you place on internships for making your decision in choosing advanced manufacturing as a career?
I'd say internships are very important. They provide great work experience and opportunity. They help build professional skills and a professional work environment. After the internship is done, if you're going to stay, great for you and the employer because they already have somebody with the experience and the knowledge. But if you decide not to stay with that employer, I mean, you still shake hands with the employer, thank them for the opportunity because, you still have that skill and that knowledge you learned and you can apply it elsewhere at another company or, So it's a great, I'd put a high value of importance on internships, So it's like with us, it's like a whole 2-year interview because, they like you those 2 years, they'll offer you the job. So, you really want to go in there and you really want to give it all in that one day and just not leave anything back, So just, I would say it's high value.
Education and experience, right? You're getting the best of both worlds. It's just up to you what you want to make of it. Excellent answer. All righty. So, Johnny, I'm going to ask you the same question. What degree of importance would you place on internships for making your decision in choosing advanced manufacturing as a career? Make sure you mute yourself. There we go.
Yeah, I'd place a high value on internships. For one, I know with this AMT program, it's providing us with experience and like an introduction to the advanced manufacturing field at a young age. So really, I know one of the struggles with college is actually being able to apply what you're learning. So with internships, I'm actually getting the opportunity to apply these skills, and it's like helping me develop my skills. Like, so I kind of know how to work in the field. So personally, I'd put a high importance on internships just because of the experience you're building and how you're developing your skills.
Excellent. Excellent. Tie the two together. Yeah, there's no better way to stand out. All righty. And Eva, I'm going to ask you the same question. What degree of importance would you place on internships for making your decision in choosing advanced manufacturing as a career?
Internships are really, really important. I would say it's a really great opportunity for you to get hands-on experience and finally see what the job is like, see if you're going to like it or not. I feel like you learn so much from it and you're getting paid to learn. That's really what they are. They're training you, they're building you, and it's also you can, pay them back with the work. But I think it's a really great opportunity. Should be taken seriously, and I think everyone should really try to get an internship because it really opens your doors.
Excellent. Excellent. And Daand, what degree of importance would you place on internships for making your decision in choosing advanced manufacturing as a career?
Well, like everyone else said, pretty much it's a great opportunity because like what place on obviously like with work and let you go to college at the same time. So not only are you like learning from college, you're also learning at work. So it's definitely like from people that have experience here, and then you're also learning like from your professors at the same time. And like Eva said, like you get paid for it as well. And also your company's like basically backing you up 100%, like, and trying to make sure you get where you need to be.
So you earn while you learn, you get the experience. Most of the education is going to be paid for by the end of your 2 years, right? Come out with a degree. What better way to start? Man, I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, I got one more question. It's going to be for let's see. Okay, it's going to be for all of you. So last question is going to be, what is the best path for girls to take in junior high and high school for careers in advanced manufacturing? Is there any STEM programs? Is there something that you would recommend? What's been out there provided that you've seen that we can get more exposure to girls during their junior high or high school career? And I guess I didn't pick anybody. So I'm start with you, Daand. Sorry.
Well, back when I was in high school, they didn't offer that. So, I mean, I have my friend Nicole. She talks about Alamo academies all the time. So anything that they offer, I would definitely take advantage of it, especially if it's not like out of your pocket. Like it's definitely like a win on that. So I would try for any program that they offer that's free, and they're willing to take college courses during high school. That's awesome.
Okay. Alrighty. And Eva, what is the best path for girls to take in junior high and high school for careers in advanced manufacturing?
So during high school, I joined a STEM program, the STEM magnet program at my high school. So I would approach any type of STEM program really that you find, anything even relating to robotics or anything like that. And Alamo Academies, of course, it's a really good program and it'll give you an internship during high school. So it's a really good opportunity.
They're starting even younger now, huh? So starting in high school, by the time you get out of it, you might even have a head start other than what you've learned. STEM is so good. I'm so glad to hear. So Alamo Academy, is that what you said? Alamo Academy?
Yes.
So STEM program. Okay, excellent. Gabriel, what is the best path for girls to take in junior high and high school for careers in advanced manufacturing?
Like they mentioned, any STEM classes would be helpful. I would recommend dual enrollment classes. Try to get your English classes out of the way, your math, all your basic core classes. So when you get into the program, you wouldn't have to, have to worry about those. You can just more concentrate on the other classes. Any extracurricular activities, anything that can get you into, basic electricity, any fabrication, stuff like that. Anything that will help you in the advanced manufacturing field, stuff like that can help out. Not only for girls, but guys too.
All righty. And Johnny, I'm going to ask you the same question. What is the best path for girls to take in junior high and high school for careers in advanced manufacturing?
Yeah, like how everyone else is saying, I think it's important to start getting involved in junior high and high school. For instance, like join STEM classes or clubs like robotics. For one, I know that one's popular. It's also about reaching out and looking for opportunities outside of your school. I didn't have any high school internships like the Alamo Academies, but I know they are out there. So it'd be important to maybe get with your counselor and look at those kinds of opportunities. I think so. Just trying to get involved in STEM career programs, that'd be the best path to take.
Excellent. There's options out there. We just got to search for them, right? So at this point, this concludes all the questions that I had for the panel. I wanted to leave just a quick section, just in the event you have any questions for me. I've graduated through the program. I've gone through the ropes. Is there anything that you'd like to ask me? Anything that I could help with? Was there something that you wanted to know, maybe that I could help understand, maybe? Oh, Daand, can you unmute?
Yeah. What was your biggest challenge during this program, like going to school and going to work?
So, man, that's a good question. My biggest challenge was probably my time management skills. So I got into the program a little late in life. I'm gonna put it that way. 3 kids in, just bought a house, just got a truck, and I was ready to take on the world. Going to school, going to work, keeping up with the family, keeping up with my education. It definitely challenged me personally. It exhausted me. I knew that there was a light at the end of that tunnel, right? I wanted to pursue my education. I wanted to grow within my company. I wanted to gain that experience and that technical background because I wanted to stand out. And I definitely achieved that by waking up every morning, studying, taking care of what I needed to at home. When I was in school, it was 100% focus. I wanted to get the best grades. I attempted college early in life, right when I was at high school. Didn't go so well. So I had to turn my very, very low GPA into a 3.75 by the time I graduated. And it was an accomplishment, very challenging accomplishment, but my hat's off to all of you. I'm not sure if any of you are in a similar situation as I was, when I went through the program, but give it your all. The education system is there to brighten up your future, and don't take it for granted. Do not take it for granted, because it's gonna come back and haunt you. Make friends, build relationships, and continue to push and push and push. And I can promise you that you will come out a successful student and a successful, valuable asset to any company that sets their eyes on you. Any of you have any other questions, Eva, Gabriel, or Johnny?
What's something that you learned after the program, after completing everything? What's something that you actually learned about yourself, throughout the program?
So some of the things that I learned throughout the program was really those core fundamental experiences. I felt that one of the best was going to be welding, and also the troubleshooting of the electrical side of our field. I feel that it is something that not only I could use at work or at school, but I could take that home, you know. And I'm not calling myself an electrician by all means. You know, there's certain things that I don't get myself into, but it definitely opened up my eyes to looking at things from a different perspective. So I think that my perspective changed ultimately, and it was a reward that kept on giving. You know, whenever I experienced certain situations that I knew I could put my skills to the test and come out with either a solution that saved me a lot of money or something that I knew that I needed to get help with, you know, that could still save me some. But you know, along that journey, that 2-year journey, it was building those relationships, making sure that I was that cohort. We were close knit, you know, staying close to the school and the programs that it offered, and it helped me out a lot. It helped all of us out a lot, you know. And I hope that you guys are all in the same boat. Eva or Johnny, do you have any questions before I go back into the into asking the other people here?
What is the best piece of advice you could give AMT?
So the best piece of advice that I can give you is stay on top of it. I don't know what that means or how I'm even answering this, but stay on top of it. Your grades, your peers, the interaction with your teachers, get involved, get out there, put your name out there, and show them what you got to offer. You want to come out of this program and you want to be the best that there is. You know, you want to be able to be marketable at the end of this journey, and the program provided every single one of us that ability or that capacity, and it was really up to each student to stand out. And I would say just take every opportunity, make the best out of it, and it's going to reward you in the end. Grind and grind and grind. Johnny, do you have any questions?
I guess, is there anything you feel you could have done better or wish you focused on a little bit more when you were in the program?
Something that I could have done better or focused on while I was in the program. So I'm just going to share my experience with you, because I felt that I did pay a lot of attention and I did put a lot of focus and a lot of effort into it. During the course of my 2-year career going through the AMT program, you know, I challenged myself. You know, it wasn't just a welding class. One of those semesters I took a second welding class, and I wanted to get a certification out of it. I also joined the Student Leadership Institute that the Alamo College just offers every one of its students. It was all extracurricular. So to say that if there's something I would have done differently, I wouldn't say so. I would just like to share with you the options that you have during the course of your training and during the course of your education, that you don't have to just leave it to what the program has to offer. You could definitely expand your knowledge and open up a lot of doors of opportunity if you just reach out and find out exactly what's there to grab, that low-hanging fruit. You want to find out what kind of certifications I can get, what other classes can I take, what other teachings, you know, is available. It's gonna make sure that it tests your time management, right? You probably wonder how much I put myself through. But you know, it was very rewarding at the end. It's a short-term loss for a very, very, very long-term gain. So just look at those as examples and push yourself. You know, push yourself. You're young, you're hungry. You want to get the best grades. Utilize the resources around you. Talk to your peers and talk to your teachers. Like, hey, like what else is out there? What else can I do to keep growing and learning? And that's definitely my 2 cents of advice for you all. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start I'm going to ask you one final question, and then I'm going to go start answering some questions from the chat here. All right. So my last question for you is, Daand, we'll start with you. What were some of the expectations going into the AMT program, and how has that changed? And if you don't mind unmuting yourself, I see you, you're ready. There you go.
My expectation was definitely to gain a lot of knowledge as much as I can, not only like from peers here at work, but also from school. So pretty much I felt like everything has met expectation, and I'm barely finishing off my second year, and I felt like I've grown as a person. So I'm happy with the results.
Excellent. And what about you, Gabriel? What are some of the expectations, or what were some of the expectations going into the AMT program, and how has that changed?
You know, coming in to the program at kind of like a young age, I was expecting to, you know, grow up, mature, because you're going to be in a professional environment, working with professionals, working with guys that do this for a living. So, you know, you kind of have to grow up, you kind of have to mature. You know, you have friends that are going to want to go out, and so you kind of have to say no. You're going to have to, like, I got homework to do, I can't. So being able to mature like that was what I was expecting. And it's actually what happened, you know, because you're going to have to manage your time. You're going to have to not procrastinate. You're going to have to do a lot of things you're not comfortable with. Get out of your comfort zone. And so just stuff like that, you know, be able to grow up and mature is what I was expecting. And it's actually what happened at the program.
Good, good. And what about you, Ava? What were some of the expectations going into the AMT program, and how has that changed?
I expected to learn a lot, get a lot of hands-on experience, see what the workplace is like, and I definitely got that and more. I've learned so much this past year and a few more months. I've learned so much. I don't think I can't really describe how much we've learned, but you grow so much, you gain so many skills. It's not just technical skills, but also communication. You become more organized, your time management gets better. You know, you just improve overall. So really great program, and you really grow throughout it.
Excellent, excellent. And Johnny, let me find the question. I'm sorry. Okay, so what were some of the expectations going into the AMT program, and how has that changed?
Going into the program, it was actually a very new experience for me. I wasn't actually entirely sure what I was getting into, but I knew there was going to be a lot of challenges that would come my way and a lot of things to learn. And after being introduced to pretty much what the job is, my expectations are pretty much to keep expanding what I know. As far as like skills like welding and fabricating go, I want to like get more experience and tips from experienced team members on how to improve things like that. Expand my knowledge on the capabilities of like writing PLC and programming PLCs, things like that, so I become a better worker. And so my expectations are to keep on learning and to keep learning pretty much until I retire.
Good, excellent, excellent. So next question is, so as young men and women in the AMT program, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'll start with you, Daand.
5 years. Well, hopefully with a job, but definitely I'm hoping to get a promotion, and of course, just keep growing within the company, and hopefully maybe one day engineer. I don't know. But
Excellent. And Eva, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I definitely see myself with Toyota, following my career here. So as a skill technician, as far as promotions and stuff like that, I guess we'll see. Time will tell.
All righty. Gabriel, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself probably furthering my education, you know, well, probably in the same field, but, you know, I'd like to further my education. Also work and go to school. So probably be doing the same thing I'm doing right now, working and going to school.
There you go. Keep on pushing.
Yeah, same automation.
All righty. There you go. All righty. And Johnny, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I also see myself at Toyota in 5 years. I think so, continuing to pretty much learn. Yeah, and trying to continue my education, maybe engineering or also a business route. And as far as promotions go, yeah, we'd have to see how time goes.
All righty. You never know, you might end up at HEB's doorsteps.
Yeah.
All righty. So there's a question for Ava and Daand. Okay, and I'll start with you, Dan. As women in this program, how would you describe the on-the-job training in your workplace?
For me, like I said before, I am the only girl. And at first I was like, I mean, of course, a little scared, uncomfortable, because I'm not really outspoken, but the guys here, like, they're ready to help you, and they're always ready, like, to teach you anything you want to learn. It's up to you, like, if you're willing to put that effort in. Of course, no one's going to teach you if you're not interested, but they definitely don't make me feel like, you know, they treat me like any other person would. Like, they don't treat me if I'm a female or male. So yeah, it's definitely cool. I love the guys I work with, and they definitely have a lot of experience, and they let me do it. And if I needed help, I mean, I just ask.
There you go. Part of the team. Excellent. All righty. And Eva, how would you describe the on-the-job training in your workplace?
Training here with Toyota has been really great. I feel like it doesn't really matter, girl, boy, however it is, but everyone is really helpful, is there to help. I think any question I've ever had or any concerns, they've always been, you know, approached. I've never really had any issues or anything like that. I feel like we get really great training just as everybody else, and have the same opportunities, and sometimes even more, because they just want to make you comfortable. They want to make sure that you're okay in the workplace. But I've had a really good experience. People there are really helpful all the time.
Excellent. Excellent. They want to see you grow, right? And you got to ask those questions, get involved, bring some of that curiosity, because we're never going to learn unless we fall, right? And it's going to be part of the learning curve. So keep going at it. Okay, so next question is, I'm assuming that one's for me. Since my time at HEB, how many people have I seen come through the AMT program? Man, that's a tough one. I don't see it holistically. I only see it from my department. But I know for sure that the cohort that we started with, the very first class that went through HEB's program in Texas Fame, was a class of 8 students, and every single one of them graduated. They went through. They're currently and still partners at HEB. They're all working in different facilities. And it's been a promising journey for them, you know, and I'm sure all of you can probably represent the same. You're probably working next to an AMT, maybe in or around your department, that probably graduated from the program. But you know, they're coming in, they're here to stay, and you know, our companies are treating them well. The education system is doing a phenomenal job, and they're coming out very successful, very marketable, very, very, very valuable candidates for those positions that are in high demand. So I'll move on to the next question, Johnny and Gabriel. So I'll start with Gabriel. How would you encourage middle school students to expand their knowledge in STEM and manufacturing? How do we encourage middle school students?
I'd say find out if their school has any STEM classes, anything like that of that sort, any manufacturing, anything close that ties into find out if they have that, get into that, jump into that field, find out what you like, do some research, a lot of YouTube, watch videos, you know, stuff like that, you know, find out what you like, find out what inspires you, find out what you can do and find out if this is something that you would want to do. So that's what I would say.
Okay, excellent. What about you, Johnny? How would you encourage middle school students to expand their knowledge in STEM and manufacturing?
Yeah, in junior high, I think it's about kind of trying to figure out what you want to do. So I'd I'd encourage them to do research on the STEM field and like try to get involved in the STEM activities and clubs. I know I myself joined a STEM class just so I could be with my friends, but I actually turns out I liked a lot of the things you would do in that class. So I think it's all about trying to learn what you like. So it's really about getting involved in like trying new things. How Gabriel said, you could look up YouTube videos and maybe do projects on your own or ask people to help you with projects, things like that.
Online learning, it's kind of shifted more to, just being in your room on a Zoom call or something like that. But when we do get to come in for labs, it's a lot of hands-on. So that's a lot of fun. That's something that you don't get at other places, but here you do a lot of hands-on labs. And like Diane said, you're such a small cohort, you're a small program, so you know everyone in it. For us, it's just Toyota, but it's really nice to always have familiar faces if you have any questions or anything like that. It's a small community, so it's pretty nice.
Excellent. And what about you, Gabriel? What does a typical day in class look like for you?
Before COVID, it was pretty much better, but like Diane said, you're with different companies, you get to learn from their experiences. You get to talk to the other techs and how's it like at that plant? How's it like at this plant? So you get to share stories, before classes, we do these safety meetings and you get to hear stories of their facilities and what goes on in them. And it opens up new ideas because, maybe you might want to go over to that company or this. But you build kind of like a network with your friends, and later on in life, you still have those friends that, hey, I know this guy, he went to school with me. I can call him for this. So it's you build relationships, and I'd say it's a good environment, and then with especially the lab area, what St. Philip's has done with the lab area by expanding it, adding new pieces of equipment, and just giving us the tools that we need to succeed. So it's a great environment. It's fun. I would say, put it at that. It's fun.
Good, good. And I know COVID has challenged a lot of our culture, and I'm just glad that you're still able to stay close knit as a community and as a cohort. It's probably one of the most important aspects of the program for me, at least. I loved going in, having a good old time with my cohort, with my class, day in and day out. It was awesome. So Johnny, I'm going to ask you the same question. What's a typical day in the class look like for you?
Yeah, since the pandemic started, really it changed a lot. So now it's, how Eva was saying, it's more about doing a lot of online work, and you're pretty much working at home. So usually I just sit at my desk for a couple hours and try to knock out the work. And then when we are able to come into class, we do labs. We pretty much jump right into it, and we get hands-on training with the robot or these electrical systems that we're wiring up or writing PLC. So we stay involved, and we also have a small cohort. So if we have any questions, seeing familiar faces, it's a lot easier to ask those questions.
Awesome, awesome. So I'll stay on you, Johnny. What's the favorite thing you like about working for your company?
My company, the thing I enjoy most, I guess it'd be kind of the atmosphere. I know whenever I walk in every day, since we're still interns, I kind of go in with the mindset of trying to learn something new. And at Toyota, I found that the people are actually very helpful. usually every question that I've asked was answered. And when you ask different people, they all give you their a different answer kind of from their experiences. So it kind of like gets me, how do I say it? That way I know how to take different approaches to the same kind of question. It kind of helps with the learning aspect of it. So it'd be the people at Toyota. That's my favorite thing.
Awesome. Awesome. What about you, Daand? What is the favorite thing you like about working for your company?
What I like is pretty much, I mean, it is a smaller company than Toyota, and that they're always offering promotions, and definitely it's always a different challenge, and it's not repetitive. It's always something different every day, so you don't get bored with it. So yeah, that's what I like.
Awesome. Challenges are fun. Alrighty, Eva, I'll move on to you. What is the favorite thing you like working about your, what is the favorite thing you like about working for your company?
I'm going to agree with Johnny on that one with the people in the workplace. I feel like they always answer all of our questions. They're willing to teach us things. They're willing to share everything that they've gained in the many years of experience that they've had. But also that we're constantly learning there. Right now, I know they're bringing in new equipment since we're getting in a new line in assembly. So that's really exciting that, you know, we're constantly learning, constantly getting projects and stuff like that. So it's never boring.
Never a dull moment, huh? No day is the same. Heard it everywhere. Alrighty, and Gabriel, what is the favorite thing you like about working for your company?
Well, besides the smell, because I work at the HEB bakery plant, you know, every morning
Oh man.
coming into the smell of fresh cookies and cakes. Besides all that, it's the environment, you know, it's like a family here between the operators and the technicians. You know, we're just so close to each other. We can pull up to a call and the operators are so helpful. So it helps the technician does the job. I mean, as a technician, it helps us out because we get a diagnose the problem right away. Especially HEB too, you know, such a great company. They take care of their workers. So it's a great company and it's a great environment. And every day is a new day, and just every day you learn something new. So yeah, and it's great.
Excellent, excellent. I know I probably wouldn't survive at the bakery, man. I couldn't do it. I probably walk in hungry and leave hungry every day. It does smell awesome. Okay.
I'll come back with some
Next,
cookies.
what was that?
You show up to a call and you come back with some cookies or a cake.
That's awesome. Okay, all right. So let's go to the next question. What advice would you have for a welder, and what types of welding could they take? And I'll start with you, Daand.
Welders. Well, with my first experience with welding, I was on a MIG line, and of course, like we were welding, and I would suggest safety is very important. Just make sure you always have your welding mask and everything, your gloves definitely, because it's very hot. And yeah, and just make sure, you know, like you're in a safe room when you're welding because it can be like bad for the eye.
Good. And just to add to that, I know that they were asking what types of welding they could take. Last I was there, we started with stick. I'm not sure if everybody agrees with that. If it's still stick, but the Alamo College has they have TIG, they have MIG, they have arc welding as well. So it just there's a variety, but the program and the way it's designed is always, if I'm not mistaken, going to be stick welding. Which is interesting in its own. It's my preferred method personally. It's just a lot, in my opinion, harder. And once you get it down, you're like, okay, I could do anything. I could do it all. So I just wanted to add to that. So I'm going to move over to Ava, and I'm going to ask you a different question. So what do you feel has been the most difficult aspect of being in the program?
I think I would say maybe time management, just maybe managing your personal life, school life, and now your work life. There's a lot of aspects that come into it. But also, you know, the waking up early was something to get used to. And so it can be a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. You know, it's something that you can definitely work up to. Sometimes the hours can be a little bit rough for, at least for the future once you get hired on. we do have, you know, night shift and day shift. So, but I think it pays off. It's a really good opportunity.
Good, good. All right, so I'll move over to Gabriel. I'll ask you the same question, Gabriel. What has been the most difficult aspect of being in the program?
I'd say time management, you know, like it was said, being able to balance out work and school and social life. You really have to prioritize your things, prioritize what's important to you. At the end of the day, it's going to be your job and your school, because that's what you do for a living. That's what helps you, you know, go on without your life. So yeah, I'd say time management and being able to just balance out different things would be most difficult, especially at a young age, you know. So
All righty. Okay, so I'll move over to Johnny. I'm going to ask you a different question. So what is some of your long-term goals? And as time goes on, do your goals seem more and more realistic as you progress?
So a lot of my goals are more with, I guess, mastering my craft. Like whenever I go into work, I know there's a whole bunch of skills like welding that I'm gonna have to apply. So from what I've seen,
Not sure if we lost connection with you, Johnny. Can you hear me? Give him just a few seconds. And okay, I'm going to continue. I'm going to ask you the same question, Daand. What are your long-term goals? And as time goes on, do you feel like your goals are becoming more realistic as you progress? Can you unmute?
Sorry. I mean, I
It's
admit I was a
okay.
little lost, and I didn't have like a goal, but I do have new goals now. And I feel like hopefully one day I can be the person that can actually be the person to train someone as well, like the newcomers coming in, and being able to share my knowledge with them. And as in realistically, is my goals coming? Yes. Like I didn't think I could do college, but here I am. Like I was kind of like you know, like went to college in the beginning, stopped, and then now I'm back at it. And yeah, so.
Got a new perspective, right? Excellent, excellent. Robert or Fernando, I'm not sure if there's any more questions. I know we're getting close to our time frame here. Is there anything that we want to touch base on before we close out? Okay, it looks like there's no more questions. I'm gonna push it back over to y'all, Eva, Daand, and Gabriel. Do you have any more questions before I close out? Okay, all righty. So if anybody that's participating right now has any more questions, please visit texasfame.com. It should be able to help you answer just about any questions you have. I hope that this panel has been informative and has brought you the information that you need, firsthand experience. And you know, I can't thank you enough for your effort, and I can't thank the participants enough for showing the interest and getting engaged with the community. This is for you all, so you can get the exposure. Yeah, it's real, hardcore experience that these students are going through. Deserve all the respect. I know you're doing something that's you know, that challenges the norm. Creating a future for yourself in a strong technical background. It's in high demand, and I'm almost certain that by the end of your journey here, you're going to continue, and you're going to continue to grow and develop. And I want to thank you so much for your time. Participants, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for giving us your perspectives on this great program. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next time that we meet. If anybody has any more questions, please refer to the links on the group chat. Please visit texasfame.com and let us know. Oh, there's Johnny. Welcome back, Johnny. We're closing out. Okay, we're closing out, and just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for your time, and that's going to be about it.
All right.
All righty, everybody have a good day. Thank you.
You too.